Hi there, I'm Youdale, editor of Access International magazine, here at the Snorkel stand at ConExpo 2020. They've just launched an incredible 210-foot platform height self-propelled boom, which they're launching here and can be seen for the first time. And I spoke to Don Ahern, who is the owner of Snorkel, about the product and why they decided to launch it. But first of all, I asked him to provide us some features about it.
Good morning to everybody. What we're looking at here is our model 2100 SJ, and it goes 210 feet high and gives about over 100 feet of horizontal reach and a 1,000-pound capacity in our bucket. So it has filled with many different features. We can talk about many of them today, and many of them we won't get to, but I'll tell you right now, we have like 3 forms of redundancy for emergency lowering. We can get our folks out of the down and out very safely. Safety was priority. Testing and features and benefits is what we're all about here at Snorkel Manufacturing, particularly as we try to get a great big machine like this to maneuver into tight places like a stadium. We have actually 5 forms of steering. One that nobody's really used to is a boom that'll drive straight down and then horizontally go left and right and go straight into the position. And this is all capable of being done at 210 feet high. So it's self-propelled all the way to the top, and 1,000 pounds all the way to the top, with the exception of the last 10 to 12 feet. When the jib portion of the machine is retracted, then we, or when it's extended rather, it has the 1,000-pound capacity. When it's retracted, it has a 660-pound capacity. So, as you know, most of the market is in and around 80 feet, 60, 70, 80 feet at these big boom competitors that we have. We're the only ones to get 100 feet of horizontal reach. So we put a lot of play into the horizontal reach factor on this thing. This machine will weigh a little under 80,000 pounds, and it has a double articulated, what we call a 4-bar linkage on the chassis, and the tires drive themselves out. There's no scuffing or scratching of the surface. It'll move right on out into place. In fact, you could hang a pendulum right in the center of the machine, and you can run those wheels all the way out and all the way back. So the machine's approximately a little over 8 feet in width when it goes onto your trailer, but it moves out to 18 feet in overall width to be stabilized, and from the front wheels to the back wheels 20 feet. 5 forms of steering. It gives it the maneuverability. In fact, you take our competitors at 185 feet and 180 feet, if you take their machine and you put ours into a turn mode, we can actually circle right within their turning radius. That's how tight we got it. And the overall wheelbase of the machine, when it's on a trailer being hauled, is actually 4 feet less. So we can move the machine on the trailer and get our axle loading more accurate, more complete. And as you can see on your left shoulder here, you can see we've got this, I call it a television screen, that'll actually walk you through all the processes. It'll tell you exactly where you're at all times, what capacity you're at. It'll tell you how to get yourself back out of a situation. If you're got out beyond the envelope, it'll pull you back in automatically. It's an incredibly intelligent software that we've got here today. It's beyond. And not only we have the crush guard, as we call it here, the snorkel guard. So when you're operating, if you were to put yourself into a beam or something, it'll shut the machine down. But more importantly, we've got a feature that nobody has got. As you know, how people have to put their foot on the pedal down below and operate these controls, but in fact, they're 210 feet up in the air and they're working out here on a job. and they got their back to their work and they're trying to maneuver in there. So what we've done is we've got this optional control system right here, so that, and with a crush protection on it, and we can actually get right up into the job site, right up next to the glass, and maneuver all of the boom functions right here without having our back turned to our work. Now, when we're doing our work, and maybe we've got a sign or a piece of material here, we pull this up and we can put that board right there and hold it on. We have 3 forms of entrance here, and we're operating. Now I got to do my real work. I can actually pull this down and get it down and out of the way. So these are big features for us. We're very excited. With lights are standard on the machine. We have a place for their cell phones. We have a place for their cup holders.
Yeah, it's an incredible machine. And
it's an incredible machine.
Well, what about the transportation of it? Because often that's a challenge with something as big as this.
Well, depending on the rules and the regulations on the city, where you're hauling it around, it's really quite easy. It stows down to approximately 47 feet. The jib comes around and stows underneath, and it's only about approximately 8 feet wide, and the wheelbase is quite low. And the lower control box, it's actually RF, or radio frequency. You can actually pull that control off, hang it on your neck, and then you can drive the whole entire machine right up on it. You don't have to be on the machine. You can actually walk right behind the machine and operate it. It's really cool how and maybe if we get an opportunity, I'll show you. But you take that whole lower control and you just put it around you, and away you go.
Okay, yeah, great.
Very nice features. We're powered by about a 100 horsepower engine. We have other options kind of coming down the road, but right now we're about a 100 horsepower diesel engine. Very sophisticated hydrostatic hydraulic drive unit.
Right. And so, why did you decide to launch this product? I mean, it's a huge leap beyond the existing biggest platforms on the market.
Well, one of the great features about this machine, it's programmable. So if you have it in your rental fleet, you can set it out as 185 foot, 150 foot, 135 foot. You just program it, let's say in an old-fashioned way with a keyboard, but let's just imagine a dial. We can dial in how many feet you want it to go. But the reason we really wanted to kind of, let's say, leapfrog the market a little bit is because of the demand for horizontal reach. So to get capacity and 100 feet out is really critical to our customers right now.
Yeah.
And I don't care, even if you're at 210 feet, the world's been playing with this 185 foot. We thought there was probably not a lot of demand for it, but yet there has been a great demand at 185 feet. And we've sold 2 of these units now, and we haven't even got them in full production yet. So everybody we talk to, we believe that there's a demand at 210 feet. We believe there's a demand above 210 feet someday.
I see. And what kind of applications then is this suited to, this product?
Well, our first customers that we sold to, we're in the business of doing pull test inspections on buildings. I would call it an old world type of a manufacturing, where they actually have to physically go up there and work on a building to assure, because of city ordinances and so forth, to make sure that something was built 200 years ago out of masonry wasn't going to maybe give up a block of material. Now, the other applications have been is in the stadium work, and I think that the demand for applications will be endless as it unfolds into the future. But any application that is currently needed at 185 feet or even 150 feet, the point is, you put this in your rental fleet, be able to dial it down. You've got one machine fits all, and we're going to build this model in smaller families as well, smaller sizes into the near future, so that you may want to buy it at 150 feet, let's say.
Oh, I see. And possibly even bigger in the future.
And absolutely bigger. So we're sitting here on our booth today with the biggest, tallest, most horizontal reach. We also got down at the other end of the booth, we got the biggest forklift in the world and a 70-foot scissor. So we're kind of going where no man has gone before.
Yeah, I see. And when will the 21SJ be in production? When will it be ready for its first delivery?
January. First delivery is in January. So we just been developing this over the last year or so, probably closer to 2 years. But we've still got to get into production with it, finish out all the final testing and everything, and get that all done. So we're not really planning on delivering our first unit till toward the end of the year, certainly by January.
Okay, well, thank you very much for giving us that information. I look forward to seeing it in the field, and good luck with the rest of the show.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.